Blade Runner 2049 is a beautiful film, but it is a gorgeous failure. Yes, the movie has an artistic vision, and it definitely will inspire many visual artists. There's no doubt about that in my mind. However, I did not pay $17 for that. This movie is spectacular in its design, its beauty, but it is hollow. Its storyline is, I don't even want to, where do I start? It's filled with plot holes and conveniences. But I'm not going to describe them here because I would like to be concise in my review. Ultimately, I would have to say that this movie is, for me, a great disappointment. I expected more of a kind of a cyberpunk romp with some cerebral elements put in. Unfortunately, I think the director kind of went on a tangent here and kind of went in his own little space and played in the sandbox a little too much. I'm not saying the man wasn't creative. He definitely created something unique, but ultimately it's hollow inside. And I didn't like the social justice aspect of the replicant resistance. I really didn't like that. I wanted this movie to take place in the city, focus on the city, give us a kind of a story within the labyrinth of this incredible, breathing metropolis. Even though the world is falling apart around them, there's still a metropolis there with so many stories to tell. That's what I wanted the movie to be about, not this kind of cliche, we're building an army to conquer the world, be it the replicant resistance and their own kind of radical views about, that human beings must be, essentially destroyed, or Wallace's kind of view that we must use the replicants in order to conquer the universe, essentially. So, yeah, I wasn't happy about that. That was juvenile. That wasn't what I expected from this movie. I wanted a romp. I didn't want a stupid romp in this cyberpunk city, but I definitely wanted something that had some cerebral elements, but wasn't. In all honesty, this was really juvenile. The movie was trying to be sophisticated, but it wasn't. And a lot of the things people are saying, oh, you have to be ignorant or something if you don't understand what's going on in this movie. Look, guys, movies are released for general audiences. They're not just released for you. So you have to spell things out. This is an example of a movie that does too much showing and not enough telling. There has to be exposition. There has to be explanations. There has to be connective tissue. I can't tell you how many times that characters just poof, come out of nowhere. There's no explanation. There's no connective tissue to show us scenes before of what's going on. It's just absolutely irritating because this is a wasted film. There's so much that could have been explored here, but instead, the movie would prefer to engage in tangents with long shots that don't matter. Where is the character development? Where is the character development for so many of the people in this movie? It is so frustrating. It's too focused on one character, and it's boring. It's not interesting. It's a beautiful movie. It does make you think. But ultimately, I would not recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen the first movie before. That's what I would say. I give it a B-. It is a spectacular film to watch. But storytelling-wise, it's not anything special or amazing. And that is my review of the film.